So in other words, you want it to, now it's not falling in, right?
Right.
It's not grossly falling out. It's like scribing a circle around you. He's turning himself around you. You're not making him, right?
Right.
Right. That's the first step. Straightness. Okay, straightness leads to throughness, which you're seeing, right? His walk is bigger, it's longer, he's hammering the neck less, he's thinking about relaxing the neck out of the shoulders and using the top of his body. You can see that, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So how do I from here communicate with the outside?
Right, that's where we're going. So now we need to teach the horse to bring the outside around, but not fall in. Okay, that's why we say bring the outside around, because it needs to come around. What's the fulcrum, right? The fulcrum is your hip and leg.
Right.
So when you're in this position, right, you don't have a hip and leg. So which is part of the reason for lunging, is the horse learns to do it on their own. Not because you're making them. You're sort of insinuating when you lunge, right? You can't really make it happen. You're suggesting, so that the horse learns it himself. So because you don't have a leg and a hip, you want to push the belly and then try to stretch the outside around, but not too much that you make it fall in and you've got to get straightness back because it's no longer through.
Okay.
Okay. And it's a tact thing, really, because if you put too much pressure on the neck, it's going to just tip in and it's going to want to go back to rushing. Yeah, like that. And it's not that you did too much, it was just more than he could do. Not walk, get straight and through back. This is exactly what we were just talking about.
Right. Right.
Right. So you have to not put so much pressure on that he falls in and he feels like he needs to go to that. Okay, but it's fine if he does. You just redirect it, no big deal. But you have to do enough to change it. And that's why I say it's a tact thing. If you do too much, it rushes. But if you don't do enough, it doesn't change.
Okay.
Right, because you're looking for him to curve around you on a circle without you telling him to turn around you, right?
Right.
Right. I have a lunging video. If you go to my YouTube, Classical Equine Solutions, of me free lunging my oldest stallion. He's like,
Okay.
I don't know, 13 or something, but he just goes around me. Like I have to tell him to go away and go straight. He just goes around me because he's learned to scribe that circle, right?
Right.
I'm not in charge of that anymore. He is. So that frees you up to balance the horse, to move the middle, to bring the outside around. And once it's less tentative, in other words, he still wants to rush pretty easy right now.
Uh-huh.
Once it's less tentative, you'll start to, when you bring the outside around, you'll push the inside gaskin, the long bone between the stifle and the hock. But you can't
Okay.
yet. You can't. That's putting energy into it, That's putting what I had a new student called the gas. That's where the gas is, right? In the
The
hind
gas
neck.
from the
It's true.
gaskin.
It is. But if the channel is crooked in the front, it's not going to come through the top of the body. It's going to fall, invert, and drop the back away, which is the enemy of riding. The back drops away, you're going to have trouble all the way around. You don't have to lift it up. I like to lift it up and round it and collect and sit. You don't have to do that to have a comfortable horse, but at the very least, it needs to not drop away.